Hello, Key Clubbers of Division 44. This is Alex Schweitzer, your 2012-2013 Lieutenant Governor. And hello to all other Key Clubbers that are watching this as well. In this video, I'm going to show you guys some of the tips and tricks, ins and outs of how to make a newsletter, how to do it efficiently, how to make it look good, how to make it look Key Club, or how to make it look good according to the Key Club graphic standards. Just any other little things that people have asked me to do. Since my newsletters are due on the 10th of each month, I figured I would show you guys using my current one, and I could start my new one. So the first thing that I want to let you guys know is that there are 3 different Key Club templates basically on how to make a newsletter. The first is this one, which is the older style, but still used. I still use it because I like it more. There's 2 newer ones. So there's this one, which is pretty. It looks more, I guess, professional, or looks more business-like, but I still like the other ones more, the older one. And then there's this one, which goes through pretty much the same format, but there's some things moved around, stuff like that. Feel free to grab things from one and put it on another. So if you want the big news bird, just select him and drag it over, or the key or whatever. And then online at keyclub.org. So go to keyclub.org. Keyclub.org. Resources. Club image library, PR tools, design elements, and new marketing tools. Those are all very good sources. So yeah, these are all good resources that you can use here. Design Elements has a lot of good pictures and stuff that you can use, as well as the newsletter templates. The guide to updated colors, I downloaded that. It's got all the different colors that you can use, that are the Key Club colors, quote unquote. There's also the older graphics standard manual, and so it's got a bunch of other things that goes over fonts. Zoom in a little bit. The Century Gothic, that is going to be your header font, and then the accent font, which I can't find very often. Embossing tape, I have never been able to find that even on a PC. Oops. But then Gaudi Old Style, that is what most of the stuff is typed in. That's what all this here is typed in up through here. So definitely making it Key Club according to the graphic standards. That really says this is a Key Club publication, and people will be able to know, oh, this is Key Club. It's got the fonts, it's got the logos, it's got the pencil. The pencil is a big part of Key Club publications. So on this page you'll be able to find a bunch of different things to use, like the pencil, or one of the pencils, just a little picture of a pencil. Page 4. Sneakers, there's little flash drives, there's this new scribble pencils, which are kind of cool to work with. Be careful if you're using JPEG or PNG. The PNG ones are all transparent, so that means you can put them on top of a picture or over color, and the background will be clear, so you'll only see the blue squiggles. You won't see the white ones or the white background like you would in a JPEG. So if I were to copy this and put it in there, the white would stay since it's a JPEG. But if I use the PNG, it would just be the blue. The black color there would not show. So the first couple pages, probably the 5th or 6th, I don't know exactly where it stops, are some of the newer things that they've released this year, whereas these are some of the older things. Here's another newsletter template. I don't even know what this is. The document one. Downloading. This is probably the older one that I use, but I would definitely open it and see what it is. yeah, so this is the older one, the one that I like more, but feel free to use whatever you like or is good for your club or division or district even. Haha. So that is keyclub.org, the international website. It's got a lot of great resources all through here. Actually, in Microsoft Word, there's a lot of cool things that you can do. First of all, read this. It kind of tells you how to organize it and the fonts to use. Most of the fonts do come, with your computer, and then just delete it once you're done so that it doesn't go out. Make sure to put in your club name or division. So, official newsletter of Key Club Division 44, Pacific Northwest. You can add a title or do whatever. Going through here, let's say that you don't like that that's a square. It's pretty simple to change, at least to Microsoft 2010. Just go to Format, change shape, and you can do a rectangle like it is. You can do a parallelogram, trapezoid thing, smiley face. Yeah. The rounded rectangles look really good. Oops. Octagons tend to work well, or hexagon. The octagon, where's octagon? Octagons work well, since you can make them with smaller borders, so it's more, you can fit more in there, or less depending on what you're doing. Arrows, obviously some things work better than others. Suns, lightning bolts, this thing. There's just a bunch of cool things that you can do with that. I'm gonna go back to the rounded rectangle. If you want to change the shape, go to Shape Fill, and then you can either pick a color, which is not recommended since they're not the Key Club colors, or you can go into More Fill Colors here, and then this is where you'll type in the red, blue, or red, green, blue amount, which you can find on here. That's what these are. So red, green, and blue. So if I wanted this one right here, this light blue, it'd be 0, 153, 255. So go back to it. 0, 153, 255. That's what it was, right? Yeah. And then, okay, and so now that is the official light blue color. If you do things like, where'd it go? Find it here. This one, this works well. It kind of looks blackish, and then you can add like I'm not going to use a color because I'm not going to take the time to go look at one. But if you make it like dark blue, and you make it a thicker line, it kind of gives it a more 3D look. Makes it look pretty cool. All this font here is Century Gothic. All this here is Gaudi Old Style. 9.5 point font. A lot of questions I've been getting are, so I put a picture in there, but now I can't move it, and that is a common thing, especially when you put it in here. I'm not going to use my picture because that's awkward. So this is the icon photo picture thing. So a lot of when you get a picture, it's just going to come in like this, and it'll have the dots around it like that, and it'll post it, and it'll move everything and make it look really bad, and it's just a pain in the butt to work with. Since you can only move it to where there's text, and it destroys some of your text, or not destroys it, moves it around, and it just makes it look bad in general. So one thing to do is go to Format, Wrap Text, and then I tend to do either behind text or in front of text, depending on what it is. So this one I'm going to do behind text. So it's like that, and then you're going to have to move things so that like if I bring that forward enough and bring it to the front, it'll eventually go in front of it. So there are going to be some layering issues, and you're just going to have to work with things to make it line up. But that is a big thing to know, is wrap text, behind text, in front of text, and through tend to work well. Some of the other ones, it's still going to be lined up with text, but it'll make it look okay, but you won't be able to move it wherever you want. It's like, you can move this anywhere, oops, and it'll be behind the text for the most part, depending on how things are layered. But the bring forward, send backwards will help you fix that. I obviously downloaded this font, make it Disney-like. The collage of pictures, all the pictures just came in and they made everything move around, but you had to go to wrap text and do that to get them to move. That is definitely a good trick to know to be able to get pictures, since pictures, say a bunch of things really quickly. You can, instead of typing an entire page about something, if you put a couple pictures, short blurbs, you can really get a point across rather simply. Let's see what else. Definitely insert, don't leave anything that says insert photo here or body copy goes here. Obviously, either get rid of them or add a picture or add text, whatever you feel necessary. All these can be changed. Most anything is editable if you just keep clicking and keep working to select the right thing. To add a new page is kind of difficult. So what you're going to have to do is you have to click at the very top and just keep hitting enter, moving everything down, and eventually it'll all cram at the bottom. But it's going to, since there's 3 columns, it's going to make you do it 3 times, and eventually it'll all go to the next page. And so then make sure you're at the very top of the page. So now you've got a clear page here where you can either copy and paste everything, or just this up here, just like the header and footer pencil parts. So that's what I call them, the pencil top. This is like the bottom pencil, and this is the top pencil part. Just copy and paste those onto the new page, and then add insert text box. That tends to be what I do. So like on mine, where's mine? No, why do I keep showing up? Let me go to one of the bottom pages here. None of this was here at all, so I created a text box, obviously. Here, let me just see. What can I do? So I created insert shape, and it must have been an octagon, right? So I just kind of click and dragged it, made it like that. I'm not going to get the official purple, but that's what I did. I got official purple color. Shape fill, purple. And then you can even go through and make it more transparent, so it's a little bit lighter. So probably like 60% or something. But just for the sake of this example, I'm not going to do that. And then you can, I believe you can type on it. Yeah, so if you, let me show you how I did that. So if you've just got a picture, you go to Format, there's this little button right here. It says Add Text, and you can start typing on it. Once you click it, you can start typing on it. Or you can go to Insert Text Box and do it that way. Oh, that's cool. And then for the pictures, I just copy and pasted them and added them on there. Where'd that go? Where'd they go to the top? So for this, these are both individual links. I don't even remember how I did that. I think it was just a bunch of shapes that I put together to make it look interesting and appealing. Basically, if you can make it appealing, you can make people look at it. That's what their eyes are going to naturally go to. So you don't have to have full text, just as long as it's appealing to people. Definitely just look through some of the shape fill, shape outlines, and change shape, because that is what I use the most, as well as insert text box, draw text box. So it's like that. And then getting rid of the fill and getting rid of the shape, or getting rid of the outline, since that leaves me a box that I can type in and then put over anything, and there's nothing like constricting it with color or picture. So that's definitely a good tool to use. If you guys have any questions, let me know. My email is akserswa@gmail.com. I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys may have about making a newsletter or Key Club in general. If you keep practicing with your newsletter and keep, just making it look perfect and correcting all the little mistakes or little errors, it'll really turn out to be a great product that is fun to look at for both other people and yourself. Make sure to send them to your Quanians, all your members. Just get it out to as many people as possible, since you put in a lot of hard work into it. Definitely publicize it and get it out there. So yeah, if you have any questions, just send me an email. I am here to be able to help you guys. So I will see you later, Division 44. Woo!